is the Peter Pinho Show.
Right. I tried to make it a little professional.
This is the Peter Pinho Show.
Stop it. You stop it. This StreamYard, for some reason, when I do Facebook, I got to figure it out. It publishes it just for me only. So it's like I have to go into Facebook and change it to public. So it is public now. Everybody can share it. But pprnradio.net. As you can see, I'm a little nervous because I'm in front of a professional, Mr. Ryan Roberts, who's in the bottom left corner. Ryan Roberts.
That's all right. I'm drunk.
Are you really? That's nice.
So I share from here.
We will not be doing politics with Ryan, and we won't be doing anything else that makes him upset. So, but Ryan, I met Ryan at PLR. He used to have a nice show at PLR 99.1, where I was Street Pete, and him and I crossed paths. And one day we were doing a toy drive. Was it a toy drive or something? And he goes, "Hey, man, I like your podcast," and that like gave me goosebumps. So I'm not trying to be a crush, or when a radio guy tells you he likes the show,
I'm glad to see you're doing it again, man.
Yeah, I just couldn't, I couldn't stay away from it, man. I really couldn't. So if I sound nasally today, I'm sorry, but tonight we have Ryan Roberts on. We were gonna have Isaiah on. Phil's my old producer, and he's helping me out now. Again, he has a show on WAPJ in Torrington on Sundays called the Nutmeg
Chatter.
Nutmeg Chatter. It's on Sundays. He pre-records it and they play it, on the WAPJ. And then Corey is I call him the modern day Jim Morrison, because you go check him out if you can, Ryan. He just does these moves, and it just reminds me of Jim Morrison at the New Haven Coliseum. You remember that? I don't know if you read the story or saw the videos of Jim Morrison getting arrested. Well, that's how Corey dances every
just a lot more alive at this point.
And he's skinnier. He's a little skinnier than Jim was, and he's got lungs that can fail at any time. So
this is true.
Yeah. So
thank God we have that pump,
The
bike pump.
Ricky and I bought him an air pump because he had collapsed lungs. So we bought him an air pump for his recovery, and he's actually doing well. So, all right. So, without further ado, which everybody else says, which is kind of weird, Ryan has got a new morning show, and it's out of Poughkeepsie, New York. But thank God for the internet, because you can hear it. It's 92.7 and 96.9 WRRV. You know how to Google shit. You know how to get it done. Ryan, if you guys don't know Ryan, he was on Radio 104 in the afternoons. He just left there. He was the 3 to 7 guy. Got talk of the show. He's with a guy named James. They got poll readers 2 years in a row. The Hartford poll reading. He got that award. And prior to that, he was at PLR. He did a little bit of work with the Fox. And why don't you tell everybody your history, bud?
That's where I started, was on the Fox.
Oh, that's right.
On weekends with nobody listening. That's where they put all the people that start like, okay, you don't know what you're doing. You go over there on the Fox on the weekends.
Right.
That's why Pat Oates is still on the weekends there.
I'm glad you brought him up, because that dude's a fucking car crash, man. I'm sorry.
He got his license back though.
Did he really? Pat Oates is a comedian, and he's kind of like, if anybody listening, he cringe-worthy. I don't know what the fuck they call that. If you tell a woman she's got low pH levels, that's kind of cringe. So I don't know what his cringe comedy is. So, but
yeah, he's a local comedian turned DJ.
Yeah,
that he's actually a good friend, but he still does some shit on the Fox. And then I got weekends on PLR, and then they moved me to the night show. And I got let go during COVID, which was weird because Pat Oates didn't. And then I got picked up at 104, and they actually had me producing a political right-wing conservative talk radio show.
Oh, you love that.
And it was great to get up early in the morning and listen to people complain about the same thing over and over again.
I was pretty political, and I'm starting to learn to relax a little bit, because I lost a lot of I don't know if I call them friends, because if I lost them, they weren't friends. You and I had no same agreements on politics, but we kept it, professional.
Yeah, but you and I would never let it affect our friendship, though. That was the good thing about us, is that we could disagree politically, but we still respected each other professionally,
Yeah, and that's the thing. I learned to just I used to be like everything Trump, and it's like, you know what? It's almost got to the point where he's losing a bunch of shit and it's getting embarrassing to fucking protect this guy, but I still gonna vote for him. You know what I mean? Like when people are like, "Oh, he's a convicted felon," like, motherfucker, you voted for Ganem. Don't come at me if you live in okay? Do not come at me if you live in fucking Bridgeport. If you voted for fucking the guy Roland from Waterbury to be governor again after his conviction, and especially if you're from Naugatuck, you voted Rado back in, who was a fucking felon. So don't come at me with, well, they can't vote. Wrong. They changed the Constitution. Felons can.
From the guy that just said, I really got to cool down on all of my political opinions.
Yeah. I'm glad you're taking it easy, man. That's good.
You know what it is? It's hard to defend. Like, I just want people to do the right thing and just like, we can't sustain this $30 for a dozen of eggs anymore, man. I don't even give a shit who's in office anymore.
And we have some other guys like Buddy Cianci, he
New England, full of the greatest.
And then what's the name from Washington, D.C., the old mayor, the coke guy?
Oh, Marion Barry.
Yes, Marion Barry. I mean,
I like him because he did my choice of drugs, so I'm not going to talk him down. He did crack.
Fine taste.
So what's the morning show like, Ryan? What is it? When you walked in, was that like when you got the fucking call on the phone, was that goosebumps? Or was that just expected?
Well, I got fired from 104.1 about a little bit before I got hired for that, but they didn't know I was looking for a job for like 6 months. But it took a while to get a position, and when I finally did get it, I went up and checked it out, and it was cool. But Poughkeepsie, unlike Hyde Park, like Hyde Park is beautiful and historic, and downtown Poughkeepsie is like if you took Waterbury, New Britain, and Bridgeport and kind of stuffed them all together. So I'm driving there like, oh man, roll them up,
But when you walk into that studio, I mean, you sent me pictures, so I know what you're going through. But when you walk into that studio, is it like, all right, I'm gonna I made it? Or by the time I'm done, they're gonna make enough money. They're gonna get me a decent board, and we're gonna. What's it like?
No, I'm just getting started, man. Like, there's so much more I feel like I could accomplish in radio. The first week, it was a lot of getting through the technical shit. Like, every radio station is different, and none of them really work right. There's always some sort of like dance you got to do to make the computer work, or some sort of. Like, the board is older, almost as old as I am. So it's like, oh, this button doesn't work. So you got to push this button and then that button to make this work. And then you got to click 3 times and turn around in your chair once. And so it doesn't matter how good, it is, unless they've totally redone the studios, which hardly any stations are putting money into it like they used to, So there's always like that learning curve of like, I got to learn the technical shit before I can even worry about anything else, because I got to get on air,
Yeah, and I know what you're saying, because when I left PLR, I thought it was it, and then I ended up getting a job with iHeart, and they were like, all right, you're gonna go produce Vinnie Penn in the morning, and then you're gonna do a little bit of Rob Dibble. And I'm like, all right, cool. I mean, Vinnie Penn's a staple in Connecticut, but I don't know how relevant he is anymore, but he seems to sell out his comedy shows. And I walk into the ELI studios, and I'm like, oh, yeah, from 5:45 to 6 o'clock, you got to be on this frequency, and then make sure at 6 o'clock you got to run over and turn off the studio in that fucking studio, and then come over and turn that on to WULI, because Vinny's got to go live from Hartford, and you got to make sure his mic works, but you can't test it until the other frequency is back onto WULI. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I ended up doing that for 2 weeks, and I'm like, I'm just gonna do high school football.
And it's exactly the same everywhere, man. Everywhere you go, there's always this dance you got to learn,
Yeah, but you think you're walking into KC 101, and you think it's like Xanadu, and it's like it's a ghost town, and they don't even have signs on the wall. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Does it come with Olivia Newton-John?
Yeah, it comes with yeah. Go ahead, Ryan. What'd you say?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, I said, does it come with Olivia Newton-John if it's Xanadu?
He said Xanadu.
Xanadu.
Oh.
Xanadu. No, it's and then it got to the point where I was doing my podcast, and I was like, you know what? And I moved to Florida, and I'm like, you know what, man? I think I just love fucking planting my orange tree, taking my pictures, and going out to the local pub and just being an old dude. And then I just stopped doing PPRN for like a year, and then I just came back, and I'm like, you know what? I kind of miss it, but I don't know. I mean, let's talk to us. What is it like? I mean, you got a morning show. I mean, do you have control of your show?
I have total control of my content. They're a lot less strict than PLR was. Like PLR, you had to be out by a minute, and you get air checked, and they're like, you went over 60 seconds. You know, you're a bad person. They don't give a shit about that. But yeah, I have total control of my content, and I work with another co-host of mine that I've known for 20 years. So we have like this synergy from just being friends forever. You know, in radio, they always say, like, talk to the audience like you're talking to your friend in the passenger seat on a road trip. And that's what I have every morning is like my friend that it's like buddies. But we have this sense of we both are, performers and entertainers in our past lives. So we have kind of it's different than just talking to your buddy. There's a theatrical aspect to it,
I have a question. Like, is it talk radio or do you put music on there? Like, what's the format?
No, the format is about 8 songs an hour. And then the other, so there's 5 talk breaks an hour. So anywhere between 3 and 5 minutes. It's not like Chaz and AJ's clock from 99.1, nor is it like a political talk radio show. It's more music centric.
So you made it to the morning, and does that upset you that you can't be more talkative about it, or is that something that you plan on changing, or are you happy with all the music breaks?
Well, one of the things that they're interested in doing at the company that I'm working at is syndication. And a lot of the radio stations that we would be syndicating to have a very similar clock. So it's going to be a lot easier to syndicate to a lot of different areas without really having to change their whole morning show clock. Right now, I mean, even then it would be extending it a little bit, but not much, so it'll be a lot easier for us to syndicate this way.
So you're never going to run out of fucking shit to say because you're not having to fill.
No. And with syndication, I can basically do the same show from the studio I'm in. And then the more markets you pick up, the more money you get. So you're doing one show, but you're getting paid multiple times to do it, wherever it gets picked up at. And the company I work for owns like 430 stations nationwide now. So there's a good chance to, get on the ones that would fit our genre, which would be alt rock, active rock, and classic rock.
Stosh Ball is saying hello. He's saying, "What's up, Ryan? Best morning show in New York State."
He's a good dude.
Yeah, he is a good dude. So I'm going to tell you, you have a little. I mean, I envy you. I'm very, if I can say it, I'm proud that you got your morning show funny because that's all you ever talked about was when we used to have our cigarette down in the fucking parking lot. Going to get a morning show one day. And then you would hear me bitch and complain about what my current situation, and we're gonna get a morning show one day, and you did. So I'm so happy for you, dude. That's awesome. But have some faith because Bubba the Love Sponge got a show back. So if he can do it,
yeah, I know. So there's another show called Free Beer and Hot Wings, I think. That's syndicated to. I mean, they make so much money too, and people say that radio's dying, but it really isn't. You know, it's not like it was 20 years ago. I'm not blowing coke off the Houses of the Holy album with rock stars, but you know.
Is it dying though? It's dying in like say Corey's generation, but don't count Corey as this generation because he's not. He's not at all. He's
so I also think a lot of it is economical. You know, like radio is free, and so if you don't subscribe to things like Spotify and Pandora, it doesn't matter how old you are. You know, radio is still free, and when you get in your car, you can always turn on the radio. And I think that, at least from what I see, it seems to be more based in that now. You know,
when I'm teaching, whether it's guitar or piano or any instrument that I teach, the one thing I start off, every sound is a vibration. And know what? Every radio wave is a radio wave. And God damn it, even if you have to put a freaking wire hanger up to something else, you catch that frequency, it is always going to be there.
Right. Yeah. Look at Corey's haircut. Tell me he doesn't belong in the 70s.
Absolutely.
Come on, look at him, man. He screams Billy D. Williams.
I can.
I love this kid. I really do, man. He's like the most millennial kid you'll ever love in your life.
Well, as a music teacher and someone that loves music too, I get a little frustrated with, like, if I really feel like I would be a much better musician if the internet was around 20 years ago, because you can get the most detailed tutorials from not only famous musicians, but some of the best working musicians that are doing, like Drumeo has free tutorials. And like, imagine like if like from, well, I don't know how old you are, but I'm almost 50. If I had that shit back when I was 15, 16, I probably never would have gotten into radio. I would have been a music. I guess I'm into radio because I'm a failed musician, you know.
It's insane to me when I think about how spoiled I have always been, because the one time I ever got to experience one of these like moments of how someone must have used to learn a part, my copy of the Yes album has a tiny little skip on the song "Yours Is No Disgrace." And it's just on that little break. And it would just skip on that one part. So I'm like, you know what? I had a guitar right next to me. And I now to this day can still play that part because it was skipping around. And I'm like, if I had to figure out how to do this myself, like, because I needed to do this.
Yeah.
What the hell would I have done?
I wore out my copy of Live at the Elmo Combo, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Live at the Elmo Combo, trying to cop licks from him. And of course, it's a VHS tape, so you got to like stop, rewind, stop, try it, rewind, tried. Now you could slow everything down. You can go to websites that have the tab with the dude playing along, breaking it down for you, you know?
And there's 20 people who also want to do the same thing. So you have 20 different people's interpretations of it, and one of them or a combination of all of them will work for you. It's crazy. Like, and I feel bad almost that I get to do that, and I got to learn with this. And it's even crazy now, some of the things that have happened in the 15 years I've played, like how that's even advanced. Like, I have gear that was so top of the line, and now I can't even sell it because it's so outdated.
Yeah.
It was new when I started playing, and it doesn't feel like that was that long ago.
So when the ADAT first came out, the decks were $3,500. You can get them on eBay for $27-30 now.
Really?
Oh, I bought this tiny little Yamaha the other day at the Goodwill for $8, and I'm like, I saw what model it was. I'm like, this must be from like the late 80s, and it's like a full synthesizer. It's not just something with like different sounds. It has like it's got like, you know, all the modules on it. I can mess around with it. It's got a built-in drum machine and a customized, you know, drummer. And like for something from 87, 88, this thing was incredible, and I got it for $8.
I got to give a shout out to my wife today, by the way. I'm sorry, it's her birthday. So happy birthday, Ricky.
Oh, happy birthday, Ricky.
Happy birthday, Ricky.
40, those titties are 48 years old, Phil. 48 years old.
40, the 248s. Wow.
How do you put up with him?
48.
I
want to give
general, gravity. It's just wow.
I want to give a PSA.
I said him, not them.
Yeah.
All right. I want to give a PSA. If anybody has one of the smart homes, I built the smart home when I came down here. I made everything the smart home. And I got an email from the electric company, and they were like, we're going to give you a $50 credit if you allow us to monitor your thermostat.
Ooh.
Don't do it.
No. Oh.
I came home today. I didn't come home today. I'm out in Orlando. We're broadcasting live from Orlando, actually Sanford, Florida right now. But Ricky called me. She's like, it's hot in here. I'm like, fuck. The biggest nightmare you can have living in a Florida home is your air conditioner goes out and it's fucking June. Right? It's only a 3-year-old air conditioner, so I never really worried. But it's like waiting for the doctor to tell you have fucking polyps in your ass.
Oh,
So I go and I check, and I have the thermostat on my app, and I check, and it says 80 degrees. It's set to, and it says set to rush hour moment, which means I can't change the thermostat until 7:00 at night because I was a cheap fuck and I wanted $50 of credit on my fucking insurance.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid you can't
turn it off. They can turn up my thermostat. Who survives at 80 degrees in Florida on a fucking June? So don't do it. If you got the fucking smart home, if you got the smart thermostat, I don't care if the guy from the electric company brings his wife down to bang you. Don't say yes. Don't. They literally, Phil and Ryan and Corey and Craig, they literally took over my thermostat. I was pissed.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid we can't do that.
All right, Phil's the only one who understands that because I know what you're talking about.
Do you have it hooked up to your Alexa?
Obviously, yeah, it's Wi-Fi, but when it's on my Alexa too, but I can change it from my phone. But the problem is that Alexa tied it to the electric company. Like they have access to my thermostat now.
It's also tied into Big Brother.
They won an Alexa one time in like some kind of like charity thing. I told them to get rid of it, and you gave it to somebody.
Did I?
You did, because I said absolutely not. No, you were not putting that in this house. No.
I want to give a shout out to Bob Clark.
I don't know. You got rid of it and you gave it to someone else. So apparently I had some kind of authority in that moment.
Bob Clark is an avid listener, and he's got his own show on Podbean. It's called Stripe. He's a professional golf pro, so go check out his show on Podbean. So Ryan, when you anybody else, why don't you guys got any questions for him before I go on or no?
Yeah, I got a question for Ryan. What part of the day is you get the most audience on radio? Is it morning drive time, evening drive time, overnight, afternoon? When are most people listening?
So that's an interesting question. Since COVID, and I actually know this from a friend of mine that works in the billboard business. And whether you know this or not, talk about Big Brother, but billboards actually track you by your cell phone as you go by the billboard.
Shut up. The electric ones?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Not only electric ones, but other ones too have sensors. And so they can tell the driving patterns of that particular billboard. And that's how they sell it now. But according to that, the afternoons are beating morning drive by people on the highway. Now, as far as people listening, it seems like there's more engagement in the morning because they're still used to calling in and they're still used to sort of participating with the show. Because when I was in the afternoon, I never really got a lot of that. It was a lot of people just like, I'm done. I'm going home. I'm on the drive home. But in the morning, there's a little bit more interaction, even though technically there's less people on the road.
I have a question about that, though. Do you think, though, because the way they're tracking it might not be accurate because so many more people now work from home in the morning so that they're listening to you, but they're not able to track it. And that's why you're still getting the questions versus
we get the online analytic.
Yeah. So that's exactly the online. If you're listening, you're probably listening online now. And it also depends on the station. A lot of like light music stations are the ones that you listen to in offices because they're totally safe. You know, like you can't be working in a psychologist's office and Creep by Radiohead comes on. You know what I mean? So there's a different listening crowd, I think. But yeah, you're right. But it does show that less people are driving in the morning. So as far as how the numbers sort of equal out in the end, I don't know that, but I think more people listen in their car than at home.
So why is NPR always come out on top? Is there that many more old people listening than young? Why fuck is NPR always number one?
Okay, I'm gonna wait. Can I? Oh, sorry. I was gonna. You mentioned the young people. I'm interjecting.
I'm asking
young
the
people listen to NPR.
Good.
So there's a couple reasons. One, you listen for longer when you're listening to NPR because they're longer segments. So they get credit for every quarter hour that you listen past. They get that credit. And also, if you've noticed, they're locally syndicated on many stations. So it's not just NPR on like locally here, 90.5. There's another one when you get closer to the shoreline. You can always pick up NPR by just flipping through the radio and like, oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Sometimes it's on two stations at once. Sometimes you could pick up the New York station and the Connecticut station at the same time. So they've bought in all of these smaller stations and they're repeating the same thing. But yeah, there's also a lot of old people listening.
Isn't that what the guy from 104 did though? Didn't he buy a bunch of like useless frequencies so we can get La Bamba from fucking Long Meadow?
Yeah, and it's made it the number one Latin station in Connecticut.
I knew it. The guy's kind of.
This was all Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton did all of this.
Corey, go ahead with your question. You said young people listen to NPR?
Well, young people like I think there's an aesthetic to acting like our grandparents. There's like what did they call it last summer? Like coastal grandma vibe. Like there was a while where my friend Ian and I.
That's my search on porn.
I swear to God, like from the time we graduated like high school, my friend Ian and I would go out every Sunday pretty much without fail, and we would drive around for a couple of hours listening to NPR in the car. We might get lunch somewhere, we might do something, but we literally listened to NPR.
You guys dropping acid?
But now that the other thing that you brought up with the billboards tracking the phones for the ads, do I need to use Reynolds Wrap or like would a store brand work too? Because I'm now having the anxiety attack. Which one can I use for my hat?
All I can think right now is Better Call Saul.
Yeah, I want to call Heyman. Heyman's the one that seems to be buying the million.
Oh no! What's her face with the billboards now? She's like
the lesbian.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
The lawyer.
Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's on the new ones.
That's the chick that says, "Do we ride? No, the hell we don't, but we still get results."
She's great. I love those. Those are like
she has an office in Farmington.
She's the best.
I'm sure she's got an office in a few parts of the big cities.
But
Goff, the gift of Goff.
Brooke Goff.
Yeah. She's not bad looking though for a lesbian, I would say.
No.
Her wife likes her.
Her wife must love her. And that's the question I always ask too. I think I asked this a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, when you're a lesbian, why do you want to date someone that looks like a dude? You know what I mean? Like, isn't the lesbian vibe, like, you ever see the lesbians, they have the butch-looking boyfriend? Like, that means you still like guys, kind of. Why can't a lesbian just enjoy a lesbian? Why can't they both look like women? You know what I mean?
It's like drinking decaffeinated coffee. I mean, you're not getting...
No, but I mean, like, you ever see the really hot lesbians and they're with the one that looks like the dude and they got the shorts down by their knees and they got the bob cuts and the hair growing out of their moles?
Yeah.
During the deepest part of the plague, we were playing this outdoor wedding, and it was so we've played some wild weddings, but one of them, I think that will be closest to my heart forever will be the nautical themed lesbian wedding with the Disney undertones.
But it was a lipstick lesbian wedding. They were both super hot.
Wait. What do you mean nautical theme? Well, they were dressed like Captain Crunch, or what was going on?
Okay, so you know the hat of mine that has become a trademark.
Totally do right, Phil. Totally do right.
Right, the stupid captain hat that I've now kind of made like a somewhat trademark of mine. The Thurston Howell III hat. Yes. That started because of that wedding.
Mhm.
They told me nautical theme, so I'm like, I'm the singer in the band. I get to be a douchebag. So I bought one of those costume packs with like the corncob pipe, the captain's hat, a pair of sunglasses, and I wore it. And god damn it, it was wonderful. And then I'm like, you know what? I pulled this hat off. This hat like actually works for me. And I kept wearing it.
What is that?
Where's your Captain of Tennille hat?
Phil, did you pay attention? Phil literally said, "Where did the what was with the nautical theme?" And I was telling him it was a nautical theme. So, know what? To the full extent,
I gotta get power. I'll be right back. Sorry.
Okay.
So then you're an honorary lesbian. Is that what you're saying?
I love women.
Yeah.
I love women. Women are beautiful.
They had to sing some goofy songs. Too.
I had a great time. It finally gave me an excuse to learn like Shout and Love Shack.
Okay.
So why do I love performing Love Shack?
Something tells me if you were a woman, your pH levels would be way off right now. I'm just thinking this. I think he would be very active, and Craig would have like 6 grandkids. I think.
No, I feel like I'd be Melissa Etheridge, but that's okay.
Oh, really?
I love women. I love women. I love rock and roll.
How many beers are you into right now? Just one?
Just the one.
There's not 3 others sitting there. Though.
This is by the way. This is the Hot Meadow Brewing Company. They are literally down the street from us.
And they're not our sponsors, too. So
no, they're not.
Hey, Phil, is that Cece? Is that one of your friends? There's a person.
Alicia Rieman is watching.
Yeah, my sister came in when we started talking about lesbians.
I didn't mean to offend her. Sorry.
Love you.
She's not a lesbian, is she?
No.
Oh. He's like, no.
Oh my god.
Absolutely not. Kyle is her boyfriend that she lives with.
Okay. How old is she?
She's gonna be 27 this week or next week.
Oh boy, your grandparent.
Yeah.
You're a grandparent like age friend.
By the way, my daughter and son can't be too more opposite. Alicia is a global mobility accountant versus musician.
Oh.
All right. Well,
okay.
The world needs both of them, so yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I love that I got stuck with all of the bad genes from both of my parents. Much appreciated.
No. You know what though? You got really good parents, man. You be nice.
No. I saw how I did at Mohegan the other night. Like I've the lottery. I didn't win the genetic lottery. I was not winning at the slots the other night. This is not a good time for
I won on the cruise ship the other day.
Well, mazel tov for you.
How much you won?
It was great.
How was your cruise, Craig?
It was fantastic. I highly recommend the trip to Bermuda.
Oh, I've been there. It's awesome.
Isn't it great? It's
do you recommend the 35 years of marriage that got you to the trip to Bermuda?
Well, the 35 years of marriage was also wonderful. But, it is the second most expensive place in the world to live, Bermuda.
Really?
Dubai is number 1. The average house in Bermuda is 1.5 million. But if you're an American or any citizen from anywhere, you can become a citizen as long as you're willing to spend $3 million on a home there.
Rule Britannia.
And that is an actual fact.
Hey, Phil, I'm thinking we should expand PPRN again and give Craig and Corey their own show as Fred and Oscar.
Hey, Lisa's back.
Lisa is back.
Hey. How you guys doing?
Phenomenal.
You know what's funny is you don't even know Ryan, and that's his fucking that was his signature thing on the radio. Hey.
Oh, really?
Don't you remember Ryan at PLR, right?
Oh yeah, which I stole from
Raj. You got that from Raj.
Rerun or whatever.
Yeah, Raj and Rerun from the.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you you guys a little knowledge about Raj. Raj is from Waterbury, Connecticut.
No fooling.
I remember
that.
He was born in Waterbury, Connecticut.
So I met him, I think, when I was in middle school or high school. I can't remember why. There was something going on at the Waterbury Y, but it was like a huge deal.
You can't remember why?
No pun intended, right? Boom.
All right, so really quick, Corey and Craig, this is Lisa. Lisa is from Naugatuck. We went to school together.
Don't get confused by the sign things. It's backwards.
She's always she's a singer. And Lisa, this is Ryan Roberts.
Hey, Ryan Roberts.
He's got his own morning show in New York, and he used to be on PLR and Radio 104 in Connecticut, and you know Phil already. So
Oh, yes.
Yeah, nice to be here.
What's the Minx mean? What is Minx? Is that the because there's a strip joint called Minx.
Well,
My friend Andrew's tried to get me going.
people keep stealing my name. So way back when I was actively doing singing and writing and stuff, a producer was like, "Oh, you're just like a little minx," and he started calling me that, and I was like, looked it up, and what it meant was somebody kind of sexy, you know.
Or 2-for-1 drinks at the strip club.
Well, not the strip club, no. Nice. So when I perform, that's like my alter ego, Lisa Minx.
Okay.
Yep. So that's me.
Remember you asked me. Did you
Excuse
ask me
me?
why did I come back to radio? This is why, by the way. This is why. All these guys in here, I love these guys. This is great. What a great show tonight.
I'll raise my water to you.
You drinking water? Corey's drinking beer.
I didn't have time to hit the package store before 8 o'clock.
Phil's drinking water, and he's got his tool in his hand, like always.
Yeah.
Which tool?
He
It's a little flashlight pen. So
he used to hold an adjustable wrench in the studios because we would drink so much alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh, he still got the wrench. Is that the actual wrench?
That's the.
Oh, I think I remember that from this guy.
That wrench, Ryan, is fucking 15 years old, dude. We used to drink we used to buy handles of fucking Fireball, Ryan, and our shows would last 6 hours.
Handles?
Yeah,
I
Sell
remember.
handles of Fireball?
handles of Fireball. We would have, I think some shows we would have like 12 people in the studio. And the best part, I don't know if Phil remembers this part, but the best part is because Chaz lives in Southbury.
Yeah.
And I remember I said some shit about Chaz and AJ. This is way before Street Heat.
No fooling.
And they were mentioning PPRN. They didn't know who was me. So my studio was right next to the Rathskeller in Southbury.
I live in Southbury, right near there.
And then so right behind the Rathskeller, there's an entrance. That's where our studio was at one time. He walked by the window and he's staring in, and he read the PPRN sign, and he just got really pissed off. He didn't real, but when he didn't hire me, but when he asked me to come do bits for him, he never really acknowledged that. I wonder if he knew and just kept it quiet. You know how he was, but I wonder if he just like kept it quiet because we would talk. Because you know what we were doing? We were just talking shit, hoping he would talk about us. You know what I mean? So we would just talk a lot of shit about them, and it got to him somehow because he did say one time, me and Ricky were at a bar, and one guy came up, he's like, "Are you Peter?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, Chaz was talking about you guys today." So I thought that was a good accolade. That was way before Street Pizza. I guess back in the day when you talked to Peter about it on the radio, yeah, we used to drink a handle of Fireball. I think there was cocaine involved. I just didn't know.
I hope so.
So I heard that when you're doing coke and you drink, it kind of the alcohol is kind of nullified. You're just kind of just excited, and you're not really drunk. So I've been told.
And luckily, the Fireball has formaldehyde in it from when you kill yourself from doing it. It's doing the job ahead of time.
It deserves you, exactly.
The best part about coke and alcohol was, yes, you would get really drunk, and then coke would straighten you out. But the problem is, you would get really drunk, and you would need coke to straighten you out. So
exactly, yeah.
But the best part is because in my sexual world, I don't last very long. That's why I never really bought strippers. I never really bought porn because I'm still watching the same VHS tape. I never would go to a fucking massage parlor because I'm paying $100 for something I can do in
2 seconds.
Yeah, I but when I did coke and liquor, like, yeah, I would last a very long time. So that's kind of why I did it for 25 years, because I was always meeting new people and I didn't want to let them down. So
Don't want to let him down.
So you know what's funny? Coke has that effect on some people. Back in the day when I dabbled in that, I would talk like this and I'd be like, oh, it's like M&M's, it makes friends, because he couldn't shut me up, but I couldn't even stand for somebody to touch my arm. That was the exact, it was, I lost my boner with that.
You had a boner?
There's a lot of things you don't know about me. No, I'm kidding.
Ryan, what did it do?
Happy Pride Month.
Ryan, what did it do to you? Did it have a certain effect on you, or you never did that stuff?
I've never done that before, actually.
You've never done coke?
I've never done hard drugs ever.
Really?
Don't do it.
Me neither.
No.
So am I the only one in the room that's ever done it besides Lisa?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. You look at me and you're like, "Oh, that dude's got cocaine in his pocket right now."
No, I'm thinking more. I know you smoke pot, but at least LSD.
No, mushrooms.
Okay, well that's hard.
Yeah, not.
See,
No.
I was always afraid to see some shit that's not there.
Lisa, I picture you a fucking ecstasy chick.
I did, I did that once, and I don't know. Maybe it didn't have enough, because I don't know. It didn't really.
Craig, you've done some hard shit.
Certain experiences, but I was
Never.
Never done hard shit?
I've never even smoked a cigarette. How's that?
Are you serious?
Wow.
Totally.
Somebody get that man a cigarette. No, I'm kidding.
Trust me, there are times I feel like you could use one.
Yeah.
Corey, I know you got the bad lungs, but can you at least vape weed?
No, that's actually probably worse. The temperature of that's probably actually worse for me. I get sick just being in a room with cigarettes.
Okay. Phil,
quote Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh, I like beer. I really like beer.
What the fuck does that got to do with Brett Kavanaugh?
No, what?
No, that was part of his Supreme Court when they were questioning
him. Quote, and I quote, I like beer. I really like beer. Sometimes I like to drink.
You like beer?
Sometimes I like to drink too many beers. End quote.
Right.
See, Ryan, there is fucking talent in podcasting world. You just gotta look for it, man. You know what's nice though? I'm gonna tell you something though, Ryan, right now. When I started podcasting, it was 2010. So 14 years ago. And it was just taking off, and people were like, "Oh, you're a podcast, blah blah blah." But look at what the fuck, like people. I don't understand this. Look at what the fuck people like Joe Rogan makes.
Tony,
come on,
nonsense.
You and I've been dreaming for fucking a platform for mornings and blah blah blah. Thank God you got it, but this guy makes $270 fucking million on a podcast, and he's not even live, right?
He gets so annoyed how much I love Tony, Kill Tony. This man over here cannot stand that I'm constantly
because it's awful. They have bad comedians who suck.
That's the point. And then you watch them get ridiculed like they're in the lion's den. It's just
So Ryan, what is where are they getting this money from? Who's paying podcasts? Like who's paying
advertisers? Yeah,
advertisers, and if it's a subscription, like some podcasts are subscription, and then you make your money from your monthly subscriptions. You know,
I mean, I like watching the Kelsey brothers. They're fun.
Oh, why can't I watch another one I listen to and watch every week, and I can't think of New Heights. There we go.
You know who else is making money? Are the people like the Dan Bonginos and you know what Bubba did? He went bankrupt, and Bubba started doing Twitch, and he's making money on fucking Twitch.
I keep hearing about Twitch.
Dude, Twitch. I got a friend who's a DJ. You might know him, Ryan. KG. He's got 7,000 followers, and literally Kevin Gray, he's from Waterbury. He was on.
Yeah, he was on 93.7. That one. Yeah.
He's got 7,000 followers, and I think 3/4 of them are subscribers, Ryan. So what they do is they pay a fee every month to be on his fucking feed. They don't have to watch it or anything. And then these maniacs, when they watch it, they gift them. they gift them like 100 biddies is like $2. So if he's got
Biddies?
like
What's a biddy?
well, that's what they call them, biddies.
I thought that's what the terrorists got when they blew themselves up.
Oh, that's what
A bunch of biddies.
that's what they become. But he's getting money from the biddies. Like you can buy a 1,000 pack of biddies for $40. So
What?
So maybe I'm just really old. I don't know what Twitch is, and I have no idea what a biddy is. So explain it to me like I'm 2.
All right, Twitch. We're on Twitch, so we instead of doing radio, because we used to have a full facility that I would have to pay royalties to and everything. So we would like this time, everybody's watching videos now. So I got this program called StreamYard, and what it does is it broadcasts to YouTube. Right now we're on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. We're still building the brand up, but Twitch is a thing where they have very less strict rules. Like DJs can DJ, people can like Craig and Corey can go in there and play their music, and it's not ASCAP hasn't caught up to him yet. And you see, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Well, bad for you guys, but they're making money, and what the thing is Twitch is now the old Snapchat. So Twitch will leave your video up and then poof, it'll be gone.
Huh.
So they'll leave your video up for like a week and then you got to save clips of it. Otherwise it's totally gone. I just recognized that. Realize that.
That's a biddy. How does the biddy come into play? That's
so what happens is if you ever like, I was against going on TikTok. So I make videos on TikTok. I only have 70 followers, but I'm getting 500 hits on my videos. So what it is, it's a bunch of people that have basically money. I don't know where they're getting money from, and what they do is they follow live channels all day, and they'll go on, and if they like you, they'll throw you a fucking $5 biddy just for watching.
Really?
Like, yeah, they have to go into the store, and if they send you like an emoji will cost $4. So they buy that emoji and they give Streamlabs. Streamlabs takes a quarter of that, and then like so, say they buy it for $5, they'll take $1 and they'll send you $4, and that's how people are making money now. But
interesting.
Did you ever think about twitching your show in the morning, Ryan, or no?
I think we will eventually, but not yet.
Yeah, but dude, you killed it in Facebook Live, man. You were getting thousands of people on Facebook Live.
Yeah, but I started with a huge audience, though.
So how did you get into that? I'm sorry.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just asking Ryan. So you said you were with Chaz and AJ. Now you have your own morning show. Tell me a little bit about.
No. He had his own show on PLR.
Yeah, they were mornings and I was nights, and I was doing like a Facebook show. It was like during my shift, I was doing a separate show where I would have guests on, and I streamed it live to the Facebook page, the PLR Facebook page. But when I started there, they had 100,000 likes. So my audience right off the rip was huge, you know?
Nice.
So I was, instead of having to, like PPRN had to start from 0 and build up, I started from 100,000, you know, which was a huge help.
So was it like a talk show?
Yeah, it was like a talk show.
Cool.
I would interview comedians and local people. I would have Mike Lapatino on a bunch. I would have, who's the guy that was the booking guy that did the Dead. You know who I'm talking about, Pete?
Jim?
Yeah, Jim Koplik.
Yeah. Jimmy Koplik.
That was the biggest show actually that I.
Oh, how about Eddie Rabbit? You had Eddie Rabbit on.
Yeah, but Jimmy Koplik did better.
What about when you had what's his name, Gottfried, on too?
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Gilbert Gottfried. I got him to tell the Aristocrat story.
No.
His promoter called right after that, and he's like, "You got to take that down right now."
What?
And,
So Lisa,
yeah, we did.
So Lisa, Ryan did. If you ever listened to PLR within the past 5 years, you might have heard him at night. So what Ryan did was they allow you to do when you're a night DJ, it's not like it used to be where you had Weed Man and he can say what he wants. So they would give Ryan certain time clips. And he, how people would be like, "Oh, coming up is Craig Ryman and Corey Ryman, and they were live at the Super Bowl, and here's their song." So Ryan would be like, he would have people call in and do some ridiculous, stupid shit, and that was his bits. So it caught up.
Like you would call in, and you were this. You played this Portuguese character named Miguel, and he would call and request these ridiculous songs that didn't belong. Like one of them was Xanadu, actually.
But I can't see it being played on PLR. But that sounds really funny.
But what's funny is because we didn't know if Miguel was gay or not, because he would call up and ask for like Village People.
Yeah,
he would ask for.
Yeah, he was the ambiguously gay Portuguese guy.
Is he gay? Is he European? We don't know.
Like Cat from SNL, remember that?
Yes.
He had one of those bags on. Here's one I sent to Ryan and never made it to the air. Maybe see if I can catch this.
Uh-oh.
No, I can't. No, I gotta find something else. That was bad recording. I think I have it somewhere, but yeah, I used to call in. I was trying to get Miguel off the ground, but then Ryan went over to Radio 104. So, but I thought it was funny because we didn't know if he was gay or not. It was pretty cool.
Not that it matters.
I was gonna say, let him live his truth.
Exactly.
No one else was doing shit like that on PLR. Not even Chaz and AJ.
Yeah.
It was something that we probably could have gotten in trouble for if they had the balls to be like, "What's going on with this guy?" But no.
It was a different time. Imagine what would have happened to Miguel if he had come out at that moment.
I found one. Let me see if I can play it. I found one, and I don't think this one ever made it there. But hang on.
You disappoint me, you Mr. Ryan Roberts. Whoever brought to talk to Miguel. I said, ay. Goodbye.
I think that's when Miguel was like, "How come you don't call Miguel no more? You don't do nothing like that." Because I would call up and I'd be like, "Hey, Mr. Ryan Roberts, how you doing?" And be like, "Can you do for me something I used to?" So right now I'm outside in my, the shorts, the nice shorts I wear, and I'm doing some gardening. And guy walked by, whistled at me. I'm like, "Okay, it's 2024. Let me whistle back at him." And I said, it'd be nice. I impressed this guy. I have Ryan Roberts play me a song, and then he say the guy's name. And then he would play, and I would say, "Can you play something like Push Push in the Bush?" And he would take those words and he would do Push Push in the Bush.
So the best thing about this was you have these things called air checks. So after every week I'd have to sit down with the big boss and he'd go through your entire show. And we'd come up to a Miguel thing, and it's me talking to Miguel, and he kind of looks at me like, "So what's the story here? What's going on with this?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's just this guy Miguel. He calls in all the time." I never told him that it was you. I just was like, "Oh, he's this guy from Portugal who really loves the show." I don't know.
I wish I could find the one from fucking Xanadu I think we did a few that were pretty good, but
that was pretty innovative, right? Because that's Elvis Duran and all those people kind of do that stuff now.
Yeah, I think he's a hack, but there's so much form. It's like, you know what? You'll understand this as a musician, that there's so much formulaic music out there where, and I think that there's so many radio shows that are exactly the same, is because they've tried to quantify, and they've tried to figure out, okay, what makes a hit radio show, and they've sort of done all of the numerical research, and this tracks well, this tracks well, and so all of the radio shows start sounding the same, and they're
agree.
really they're no different than any other morning radio show that sort of does the same thing. It's just like music nowadays, where
I agree. You can't tell one artist from the other when you listen. I mean, I listen to Sirius XM, but if I put the regular radio on, every song, every chick sounds the same.
I have the antidote for formulaic music, and he's right here with us, and he's been with us for an hour and hasn't sung yet. Corey, can you get your guitar and give us a song?
Yeah, hey, I got one right. I found one here. Hang on. Here you go. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Here you go. Hang on.
Phil, that's a mighty big wrench you've got.
Oh, Miguel.
Oh, yes.
How you doing? No good. Boy, I was wondering if you could play the song of the Crying Game. What's wrong? Well, I went on this app, Grindr, and I meet a person, and I wanted to look nice. So I put on a pair of slacks, and they don't fit no more. So now I'm all upset. I got fat.
You know, we all get fat there, Miguel.
Yeah, but I'm not supposed to get fat. I go on date. I need companionship. So I get fat. I want to hear Boy Short's Crying Game. I'm going to fly. I'll put the link down.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
The best parts of that too are when you fucking mix the music in it. That was great.
Wow.
That was one of the few classics. I forgot about the Crying Game.
There's so many good songs.
I'm excited to hear this Dilemma band. What's the dilemma?
Is that a ukulele?
At this point. Searching for the stimulation, and my bones found not too long ago. Craving spiritual self-deprecation to sink back down below. Search like an explorer, finding rock bottom, land home, land home, land home. Drowning in a chorus of echoes, telling me not to look back. Broken future is to be rewarded if I keep paying homage to the past. Trying for an answer, asking no questions, so no. And oh, so long, let go. I've been on the radio enough times to know that we're approaching the top of the hour. You're listening to PPRN Radio.
Hey!
I got you, Pete.
Thanks, buddy.
Excommunication on the body from the blood that used to flood my veins. Empty is the feeling. Even though I'm feeling bad, I'm still going insane. Committing self-treason, committing self-treason. But I'm using reason, where to go. And oh so low. And land home. Land home. Land home.
PBRNradio.net, the station that's home with your wife. While you're at work, we keep her company. We keep her happy.
Figured, might as well just keep the conversation going. You don't need to waste
Look at that.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I had room for a guitar solo and no one to play it, so might as well, call off the call letters. Top of the hour anyway,
You got to still play the role. I mean, it is the top of the hour. You got to do the call letter. Not that FCC is listening or anything, but I don't know. You got.
So do you guys play out? And does Corey do anything, or he's just like your man?
So
do they play out, Lisa? You got to go see a.
If
he
you
doesn't just sing; he does a show. Like he's got the hips. Like what's her name? He moves his little belly.
The hips don't lie.
He's the white Shakira. Oh yeah,
I am absolutely white Shakira. Oh my god, speaking of Shakira. But yeah, no. So yeah, if you want to check out places where I will be performing both solo and with my band, you can check out thedilemmaband.com. And he does
places like Collinsville. He does places like West Hartford too.
But then we also play places all over the East Coast.
Well, I can give you for this week.
Oh, absolutely. Go for it.
Tomorrow, you're at the Pug.
The Corner Pug in West Hartford.
Okay.
Then Friday, full band. They're playing at the Gun School for the private event. And then Saturday, they're playing Bike and Beer Tour in Philadelphia. Well, right on the border of New Jersey, Philadelphia.
Oh, cool.
So, and then next week, they're playing at Yale on Tuesday. Thursday.
Don't forget to wear your little, what is the Palestinian thing?
Yeah. You won't be seeing that on me.
I might even wear my little tzitzit. I might wear my little,
no, don't do that either. I'm not looking for a fight, but I won't back from one though.
Okay.
But they've got Yale Tuesday. I think he's at the Pug again Thursday. Friday he's at Plan B, and then Saturday it's like a big place, and I can't remember where the hell it is. But it's like, he probably plays 200 plus gigs a year.
That's a lot.
I want to give a shout out to Eric Hansen, who just said hello on the Facebook page, on the Facebook video.
I've heard of his band before.
Dilemma?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's good.
I think we're friends on Facebook.
Very possibly, yeah.
I think I tried to book him for your Facebook Live back in the day too, but I think that was towards the end. You ended up taking the Screaming Eagle band instead, I think.
Oh,
hey Joni.
Wow.
You know those fuckers came down here, Craig?
They did.
Yeah.
Yes, they've been playing down here.
Oh yeah, no, I know. He has the southern and the northern.
Hey, you know what? I respect the hell out of doing that. You know what? I get that. You know what? I get that method. I get that model. It works. It makes sense. You know what? Guy wants to play shows. Get people to play shows.
Ryan, you got to try to see if you can do a live broadcast from Daryl's house.
Well, it's funny.
Daryl and his other brother, Daryl.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I would try to. I mean, it's in the area. It's probably got to be within signal range. No.
Our station does. Remember on Star 99, they did those sessions with the.
Yes.
Yeah, our station does those. We just did
like the little
Papa
pub,
Roach, like in a small ass little club.
Like the little pubs when they did the little pub.
Yeah.
Yeah, iHeart does the same thing, but they built their own studio in the Hartford. They built the Dunkin' Donuts actually built it for them, but they built the little thing, and they do all the the Kiss 95.7 artists. They do that in their studio, so that's a cool thing, though. I mean, when when you talk about radio, like you see people that you like think they're gonna make it, and people are like, oh, how the hell did they make it? Like, look what happened to Anna and Raven. Like all of a sudden they fucking blew up, and their two partners must have been like, what the fuck? Why did they go and not us? You know what I mean?
The other two must be freaking out, man.
Yeah, because their company basically said, yeah, we're gonna go with Anna and Raven.
Yeah, but I also think there's more top 40 stations that they could have syndicated to.
They're down here.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're down here. So what's even weirder? I moved to Florida, and I'm just seeking through the stations because I still send the resumes out. I send resumes out, and I got a bite on one, but they were like, we're not hired. They did, at least they called me back. It's hard for them to call you back. So one's like, oh yeah, we just filled the position, but we'll keep you in mind, blah blah blah. So I'm summoned through the radio stations, and I hear a morning show, and the morning show is called Crash and AJ. And it's the same dick topics or whatever topics you want to call their topics. Crash and AJ. And I'm like, what are the odds of that? And then what else was there? Oh, there's a Drew, and there's a station called 102.5 The Bone. There's a dude that has a show on there. His name is Drew Carabo. And remember, our friend was Drew Carano.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was
It's
really
a parallel
weird.
universe.
Very
So when you
small.
moved to Florida, did they make you dye your hair blonde?
It's funny you say that because I was trying to give up the fight and I wanted to dye it silver. That's actually silver dye. It turned blonde because of the sun.
Really?
Yes, I'm pissed.
That's
now
the
I
story
look
you're
like-
telling. You sticking to it.
Well, now I look like a washed up actor trying to get back in. So I think
You
I
look
might-
like a surfer.
No, my hair's all dead ended and stuff. I've been trying to grow it out for like fucking 4 years and it's all dead end and stuff. I look like I was thinking of bringing up Caitlin
Not
Clark.
a
maybe
dead
for
end. You
some
got the
reason.
show up and running again. This is not a dead end. Damn it! You're talking.
Oh, my hair, my
Hair.
dead ends, man.
Yeah, he's talking about his hair.
My life isn't a dead end. I got a jet ski and a brand new car. There's no dead end in my life. Yeah, I'm materialistic when it gets to this age, man. You know what? If I can get out to the middle of the ocean, I'm happy.
You look like Kurt Cobain right before he killed himself.
Oh, gee. Well, it's better than looking like him after he killed himself.
Right?
So-
Exactly.
Have you ever seen my teeth?
He didn't
Either
say
that or
about
Molly
you.
Ringwald from like.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna recreate the Breakfast Club. Why not?
I thought this was the
Oh, my
Breakfast Club.
No, I'm not Charlemagne the God.
I can't stand
Ricky's
Charlamagne
gonna
the
give
God.
you. Ricky's gonna give you her earring, or you're gonna give her your earring.
Fucking Ricky's Benjamin Button. They're fucking my wife. I love her so much. She looks younger and younger every day. God bless her, man. She just turned 48 today too. It's like, how do you get you ever get to the point you're like, I figure like after 8-9 years, I'm like, I don't want what the fuck standing next to the rest of my life. Not me. I wake up, I'm like, God damn.
Oh,
I've become this person. Yeah, man. Like she looks prettier and prettier every day. So, and I'm not just saying that because I don't try to get down her pants. I don't need to try to get down her pants. So you know what I mean?
Wait,
yeah. No,
actually,
you say that often.
speaking
I lost my sexuality.
Speaking of the fountain of youth, speaking of eternity, I went to the greatest concert I've ever seen.
Hang on 1 second, Ryan. You look like the poster from the Queen band, doesn't he?
Freddie Mercury.
Cross your arms. Cross your arms. I swear to God, look at this video later on. You look like okay, that's better. But yeah, you look like the. All right, go ahead, Corey. Sorry.
So, I saw the greatest concert I have ever seen in my life.
The Stones.
I never have to go to another show again. I was in the pit at Foxborough, and that's a whole other story, but I could go into that for hours, but I'm not going. I'm going to spare you. they're in their 80s. I was exhausted there.
I love it.
Packers are running around and they're sober.
Leave Brittany alone.
Leave her alone.
Leave Brittany alone.
No, but like,
Where did you said you saw them in Foxborough recently?
I saw them at Gillette Stadium. It was like
Thursday.
It was Thursday. It was last Thursday. We're like, I don't
Last
get
Thursday.
I do not get, like, first of all, we need to start thinking about the world we're going to leave behind for Keith Richards, because he's not going anywhere. Like, you know, I'm going to be long gone before he's even considering retirement. You know, like,
Hey, but think about it. They had a #1 song. You know, it's not. You know the way most bands.
You know, Ryan's saying, like, I thought this was supposed to be only an hour long.
But what I was saying, you know, a lot of these bands, you know, they come, they do their tour, right? No one wants to hear any of their new songs
because they want to make, like, they want to return to their blues roots, which they never had. The Stones, they did.
But the Stones, besides that,
actually did.
The Stones had a #1 hit this year. Angry was not, like, that's a great song.
The album went to #1.
Right. So, like,
Oh, wow.
these guys are playing their new songs.
Lady Gaga was on the album.
Wow.
Ryan and Lisa, if you haven't
Paul
noticed,
McCartney,
Corey
the
are-
guy from the Enemy Band, was on the album.
They're father and son, by the way.
I kind of gathered that because Corey's just beaming in the background no matter what Craig says. Wait, do I have it
It's
backwards?
totally right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
See,
backwards.
Phil, I told you, Phil, I told you.
I told you to switch seats. You didn't listen to me.
Every
true.
time Craig gets frustrated, he looks at his Cash App. Okay, you can keep going.
Oh, you guys are funny.
Well, they do a lot of shows, man. And
You know the two guys from the Muppet Show?
Yeah,
Mhm.
the old
Yeah.
Waldorf
That's
and
you guys?
Stanley. Yes. Mhm.
the guys on the balcony.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
I wish they could bring them back now, but like not even like pre-woke. I wish they could scream at everybody. Like, fuck you. You're a girl.
Whoa, this shit's gonna keep me asleep. Ah!
This show sucks. We bring back the Gong. I want to bring back the Gong Show so bad in this generation. I really
Did it go on for a little bit?
I think it
And
did.
you know what? I
Myers
think
was doing it, wasn't he?
I
Mike
think it
Myers,
was-
You're absolutely right.
yeah, Mike Myers was pretending to do it. They
Why
had
did-
I
to-
think it would be great. You can bring it back, and you can have a sponsor like psychiatrists, like a bunch of psychiatrists.
Psychiatrist.
1-800 shrink.
Like, let's bring out what's her name? She sucks.
Actually, know what? You get like Shane Gillis, Tony Hinchcliffe, and Joe Rogan to host the Gong Show
Wow.
God.
and watch what happens. Well, I mean, because
We're not-
Kill Tony
we-
is the Gong Show.
We don't
It's the
support
new
Joe
Gong
Rogan.
Show
We don't
for
support Joe Rogan.
comedians.
I hate Kill.
Joe Rogan is not a comedian.
No, he's
He's got a
not.
couple funny things.
He used to pretend to be one.
I don't understand. I mean, that's not jealousy. I don't understand his success. But I don't.
Well, the UFC gave him his success, not his acting.
It wasn't Fear Factor. Excuse me, I thought it was Fear Factor.
Fear Factor. Was,
No, it was News Radio. Remember when
Well,
it
that
was
was
the
News
original,
Radio?
yeah.
Wow.
I
Oh,
guess
the
Fear's
show.
not a factor for any of you.
Phil Hartman was on that, right? And yeah, I remember that. But
I
I
do
think the
remember
UFC got him the most
I have to imagine.
notoriety because, you know, he's on every month to sold out closed circuit TV.
Actually, he's on something every day, but that's a whole other story.
Close
But
circuit.
he's on a
TV.
lot, yeah, and he gives the best explanations of it.
I'll tell you what, though, man. This platform that we're choosing to do now, I mean, we're still grabbing 1,000 people a week, and I'm happy with that. So,
No, you get the best of everything.
Yes,
uh,
you
Dave,
do.
I know, Dave Sheehan is listening, or
Dave!
Dave!
He'll be on the show next week.
Hey, I have a gig next Tuesday. I cannot do trivia next Tuesday. My apologies. I have a gig when we were supposed to do trivia.
And then he says,
"Hey, Dave, I'm available next Tuesday." No, I'm just kidding.
Lord,
Dave's the best person to do trivia with because he's like super genius. So.
What is the minx? What kind of noise does the minx make? Is it like? What is it?
I have no idea, but there's a minx
What does a minx make? I don't know.
here in. Well, it's Lisa Minx, so there's. It makes a.
Have you ever been to the minx? Have you ever frequented the minx or no?
Me?
So I auditioned not as a dancer, but as a DJ there.
I think you auditioned as a dancer.
I was really excited to hear the suffix of that sentence.
Or at least the story.
Well, you could have juggled in there if you did the dance.
If you would like to hear what the minx sounds like, to change the subject, I will be at 88 Keys in Watertown this Saturday, and I don't have a lot of Connecticut appearances.
How did your benefit go?
It went awesome. It went really well. We raised over $2,000 after expenses. Good. We had a really good turnout. Yeah.
Me and my wife got really sick in Connecticut, so we didn't want to go up there because in case there was veterans there that were.
Oh, yeah. No, I get it. You were there in spirit.
Really sick. Sorry.
No, that's
Dave said, Corey, thanks for using a public forum to discuss personal itineraries.
It's got no class, Corey.
Listen, know what? It was on my mind. This man over here taught me when it's fresh on your mind, you do it so you don't forget.
I agree with that philosophy.
That's bullshit. You couldn't testify that in a court of law.
No, that comes to business things when you have something, do it immediately.
Did those words come out of your mouth?
Not the way you said it.
I found another classic. Hang on. Here's one. Hang on. Let me take this off.
Argentina.
My name is Miguel. I was wondering if you can play that song for Ricky Martin. She goes, she bang, she bang.
You want to hear Ricky Martin? What?
She bang, she bang. You know, bang, 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 bang. I'm in love with this. My wife, she want to do that. She want to do freaky tonight. I want to get her in the mood with music.
Oh my
Sure,
God.
man. Okay, think about it. You are a priest in my country.
Oh man, what a fun show, man! What a fun show. Let me get the calendar up. You say in Portuguese. Next week, comedian Dave Sheehan will be on next week. So.
Yeah.
Woo!
Comedian Dave Sheehan. He's also got a show. Go check out DaveSheehan.com. He's got a show coming up this week. I believe it's in Connecticut somewhere. Oh, it's in Milford Brewing. If you're in the Milford area, I believe it's Milford Brewing. This just in: world's largest Buc-ee's will open up in Florida. If you don't know who Buc-ee's is, please get off my show right now.
Didn't they just open the world's biggest Buc-ee's? They're doing another one.
It opens next week, but Florida's newest store will be even bigger. So the Florida Buc-ee's is going to have over 180 gas pumps.
What the buck?
Whoa.
You never been to a Buc-ee's, Lisa?
I never have either.
I've never even heard of a Buc-ee's.
Oh my God, you two!
I had to fight to go to Whataburger the last time we were in.
Have you heard of Buc-ee's, Ryan?
It sounds like a strip club.
Right? It sounds crazy.
It is for meth girls. Oh, it's a gas station. It's bigger than Walmart. It sells gas grills. It sells all types of game jerky. It has candy. It has shopping aisles. You can buy a smoker.
Did you say game jerky?
Yeah, like alligator jerky and wild turkey jerky. Eric Hansen said Ryan Roberts is famous. I need an autograph.
Okay.
So the one in Florida is going to be the biggest one in the world ever. It's going to have 181 pumps, and it's going to be over 800,000 square feet. So the size of
that is insane. Are they really going to have 181 people at the gas station at the same time?
So when I tell you Buc-ee's is never empty, I'm telling you Buc-ee's is never empty.
Wow.
Isn't there like a catchphrase when the brisket's done?
I believe they do.
Right. Then they have to say something like
sing it, Corey.
I have no idea what the hell it is. I'm a poser here.
And then Disney is set to invest $17 billion in Florida parks.
I saw that. They're like, hey, I heard there might even be a fifth park that opens.
Are you going to smoke pot, Ryan? Is that where you go?
He's like, I've had enough of this bullshit. I'm out of here. And he just faded to black.
Peter, the last weekend in October, would you want to drink around the world?
What's that?
The last weekend in October, would you potentially want to drink around the world?
Yeah, are you going to Epcot?
It's on my radar, possibly. It's my last fun birthday.
Okay.
Your last fun birthday? You've decided that after that is no more fun birthdays?
I didn't decide. I'm turning 29.
Oh, please. You're a baby. You have many more fun birthdays.
So we have about 9 minutes left of the show. I want to do some plugs before we go. Ryan Roberts, you can check him out with his partner James. They are on 92.7 and 96.9 WRRV in Poughkeepsie, New York, but there's an app. So get out of the fucking Stone Age. Unless you're driving out that way, which is the other end of 84. You can catch them out there, and please give them check out their morning show. Give them some love. Download their app. Ryan has always been a good friend to me, and always gave me some good wisdom.
Where's Ryan go?
Is he going to the bathroom? What's going on?
No, he's outside. He's got to go buy weed or something. I don't know. The weed store is closing an hour, don't they, down there?
Yeah, it's 10 to 9.
Oh shit. Lisa, you can catch her at the Minx. No, I'm kidding.
No.
Where can they catch you? Next week is this Saturday coming at 88 Keys in Middlebury?
This Saturday, 88 Keys in Watertown. 7
what
to
time
10.
is that?
7 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Ooh. Are you doing a solo act?
Huh?
Are you doing a solo act?
It'll just be, it won't be my full band. It'll be myself and the keyboard player, but he also does bass and drums and he sings. He's phenomenal. He's played with Billy Joel. He plays trumpet and stuff. He's amazing.
Right.
The whole band is amazing.
Before we go, Corey, can you strum a song on your guitar that Lisa might be able to sing?
With this delay, probably not, but I can put something on the guitar, yeah.
Lisa, can you try to keep up with him, or is it too much of
What would you want to play?
I don't know. What do you do?
A million sounds of Ryan Roberts. Real Raw Radio. He's got it on speaker now.
What's happening right now?
No one knows. No one knows. Ryan's disappeared.
I'm not allowed.
Ryan turned black on us.
In more ways than one.
Ryan, do we got to give you repercussions? What are you doing? I can't see you.
There we go.
I feel like I'm watching that show where they look for ghosts.
Eric, we're on every Wednesday night at 7:30, buddy. Thanks for listening.
Oh man,
that was fun. Are you really going to the weed store or no?
Oh no, I'm going to get cigarettes.
Okay. All right. So,
wink, wink.
Are you coming back after though?
I'm staying on as long as you. I'm doing the show. That's what we're doing.
No, there's an old 70s joke when your parents went away to buy cigarettes. They never came home.
Oh yeah, I'm adopted, so that sort of hits a little deep. Thanks, man.
Oh wow! Way to end the show on a high note.
I will never return to the show ever again.
Well,
kind of like your dad.
Why are you singing if you're driving? I'm so confused.
Hold on. Let me buckle.
Is this your first time in a car? What is going on?
All right, what are we gonna do here? We're gonna try to play guitar, or is it too much of a delay?
Would you like Proud Mary?
Yeah.
I gotta think of the key.
Much of a delay?
Wait, if I hit this, tell me when you hear it.
I hear it.
Oh, so it's not delayed.
Okay.
In the city, working for a man every night and day. Never got 1 minute of sleep, and I cannot remember the other line now. Rolling, keep on turning. Proud Mary, keep on burning. And we're rolling, yeah.
Rolling till 691.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
It's not anyone's fault here.
Ryan was rolling till 691.
Hold it. Can you
Did
guys
we
please
just do that
stop
on
it?
dial up?
Hold it. Can you guys please stop it? Lisa was giving me an orgasm and you interrupted it, okay? Lisa, continue.
We're supposed to tell anybody that.
How long are your arms, my lord?
You should have been like me, Phil. I was already done.
Yeah.
You already said it only takes you 2 seconds anyway. So. He strummed the guitar and I sang one note and you were done.
Right, Ryan is playing PPRN right down Memorial Boulevard right now. That's funny.
Yeah, I'm actually right near there. Yeah.
I kind of knew it. That's where everybody drives in Bristol.
You guys are so much fun.
All right, so go check out Ryan, 94.9, 92.7 WRV. Just download the app. You can hear him everywhere you go. It's 2020. Ryan, it was a pleasure, man. Thank you. You got to come back on. This was fun tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Whatever you want, man. Just let me know.
I will. And don't forget to check out Phil, the Nutmeg Chatter on Sundays. It's WAPJ 89.5. I think they have an app too, correct?
Everybody has an app. Yeah, so.
Lisa, who's going to be a recurring guest as well. She's going to be at 88 Keys this Saturday, 7 to 10 in Watertown, Connecticut. It's like not really an upscale bar, but it's,
It might be.
It's nice. It's nice.
Depending on what time we get back from Jersey, we will try to get there.
Oh, awesome.
You know, it's funny because all of you guys reside very close to each other.
Yeah, because
you're in Avon, Lisa's going to be in Watertown, and Ryan lives in Bristol.
Like 3 o'clock. So.
We're all neighbors.
And my show, don't forget to like our show on Twitch. Don't forget to like us on YouTube. Don't forget to like us. Just go to ppronradio.net. I work very small on the website, so please try to help me. Just click on it. Sorry. Well, clicking on it helps me. So, what's up, Melvin? Melvin, if you're down here in Florida and you need a DJ, Next Level Entertainment, and it's his birthday bash this Saturday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to
I don't know if it's open to the public. On his page, it's in Lakeland. The party's at Lakeland. He's going to be spinning, so check him out. Don't forget to check out ppronradio.now. I'm definitely going to try to get there, Melvin. Yes, sir, as long as we're not sick. Corey, you going to play us out or no?
Sure. Sure, I can play out. What am I? Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh, and I never said Corey and the Dilemma Band. Go check out the Dilemma
I wasn't
Band.
gonna say anything. Thank you.
No. I was too busy asking you if you're gonna play us out. I forgot to mention or plug you. He's got a full schedule, so I'm not
You
even
can
gonna
check
go.
out thedilemmaband.com.
If these guys aren't playing a weekend, then there's either he's got a court case pending or there's another fucking Corona thing going on because these guys are always out playing. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Red just tuned in too. Red at the corner in Litchfield and in Thomaston, Black Rock Tavern. Go check him out. Red, yeah, Lisa knows Red. So check out my boy's restaurant. He's always on supporting us too, man. What a great turnout it was tonight, man. Corey, play us out, buddy.
All right, I'm gonna do someone else's encore song. table, boys. Bring your shame and I'll lose my voice. Screaming at the gods about the bad we've done. Merle sang, mama and cried by the prison still won. Your transgressions are mine as well. I can feel my bones if you can't tell. I find company. Lord, forgive my boys and me. 'Cause we're having an all-night revival. Some are calling women and some were stealing Bibles. For the sake of my survival. Baptize me in a bottle of beer, put Johnny on the vinyl. I just want to thank Peter for having me back on as always.
Thank you, sweetie.
Love you so much, man.
Love you too.
Well, the devil can scrap, but the Lord has won. Now screaming to him from the mountain. His son rose and mine did too. I'm talking here and I'm talking to you. We're gonna do one more chorus here. Let's see how the delay goes. Let's all do this together. Let's ready? Because we're having an all-night revival. Some are calling women and some are stealing Bibles. For the sake of my survival. Baptize me in a bottle of beer, put Johnny on the vinyl. We're having an all-night revival. Some are calling women and some were stealing Bibles. For the sake of my survival. Baptize me in a bottle of beer, put Johnny on the vinyl. Thank you so much.
Nice. Once again, check out Ryan Roberts and Phil Hall and Corey Ryman and Craig Ryman and Lisa Antrim. And we used to say this often, but we're going to bring it back in PPRN land. Have a good week. We'll see you guys next week. And stay black, y'all.
I'll try. Thanks for having us.
Have a good weekend, guys. Ryan, thank you.
Night.
Good night.
Night, guys.
Catch the Yankees.
Woo!
What a good show.
I think we're still live. Yeah.
Oh, I always turn off the other cameras and forget to hit end.